Test 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Live in 15 seconds. At last we're back here at the Butts Park Arena for another edition of Coventry United TV. The weather may have kept us away for the best part of 2 months, but here we are in the centre of the best city in the world, Coventry. We're coming to you live from the Butts Park Arena with live coverage of Coventry United's Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division match against Lye Town. Liam Cook with you today from a rather chilly Butts Park Arena. You may be asking, why is it so quiet, Liam? Why is there no background music? I'll tell you for why. Speakers aren't working, so I'll tell you what, literally everything that's gone wrong today has gone wrong, unfortunately. It's what happens when you spend so much time away from the ground, I'll tell you what. Well, the good thing is, your commentator's here, the camera's here, and for what I understand, most of the players are here. Well, in fact, all the players are here. And we're going to get into the team news right now here on CUTV. A bit of a shock for Coventry United tonight, it must be said, as Chris Cox is in the starting lineup, but is not captain. Yes, very strange, that one. I'm not too sure why. I'll have to try and figure out. We'll talk to Terrington after the match and try and get an understanding as to why Coxie isn't wearing the armband today. But Cox is starting, but is not the captain. That honour goes to Kevin Thornton, who's starting today. So for Coventry United this afternoon, number 1, Tom Deitch. Number 2, Brad Jones. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Gift Musa. 5, Chris Cox. 6, Jamal Clark. 7, Lewis Rankin. 8, Rob Prinzel. Number 9 is Kevin Thornton. Number 10, Shaquille McDonald. And 11, Dominic Elaney. On the bench for Coventry United, number 12, Kyle Barnett. Number 14, Tom James. Number 15, Ryan Palmer. Number 16, Frankie Beichner. And number 17, Kyle Carey. Now, I must tell you, though, about the new signings. Obviously, yeah, we told you about Tom Deitch last time out against Romulus, former Stoke City youth goalkeeper, also played for England at youth level. He's starting today, the replacement for the now retired Rich Morris, who's chosen the pipe and slippers lifestyle when it comes to football. Hopefully he's listening in. Best wishes to you, Mozza. And, well, I think Deitch is keeping your gloves warm for you if you want to come back. Deitch will be starting in goal. I've been told there's another goalkeeper who's been signed. He's not in the squad tonight. Not sure whether that one's materialised, but there may be another goalkeeper coming in as backup. Of course, the registration deadline is coming up, I think, this week, actually. So if anyone wants to sign any new players, it's got to happen now. Frankie Beichner is a winger who can also play in a attacking midfield role. He joins us from Chasetown. He's also played with Romulus this season. And also another attacking player, Kyle Carey, who joins us from Coventry Alvis, just up the road. He can play anywhere across the attacking line. He will be starting his United career on the bench. So now on to the Lye Town starting line. Number 1, Tom Turner. Number 2, Dan Jones. 3, Sam Tighe. Number 4, Jack Perlman. 5, Lee Downs. Rhys Shilcock is number 6. Number 7, Rhys Chilton. 8, sorry, Lee Chilton I should say. 8, Scott Jenner, the captain. Number 9, Ryan Rowe. 10, Jack Till. And 11, Simon Williams. On the bench for Lye Town, number 12, Brad Drew. 14, Brandon Haig. 15, Joe Finch. And number 16, Ben Roberts. So those are your starting lineups for today's match at the Butts Park Arena. The two teams preparing in the tunnel area. Lye Town wearing blue, Coventry United in red and green. As the players prepare to enter the Butts Park Arena towards our left-hand side. The officials are ready. Here we go. Well, the weather has certainly caused some issues for all teams in the Midland Football League Premier Division. Last weekend, every single Premier Division game was called off. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, the snow has disappeared and the football has returned. Coventry United and Lye Town make their way onto the hallowed turf of the Butts Park Arena, slightly turned up turf. The Butts Park Arena has been under a shed load of snow over the past few days, but no more. The snow is gone and the grass is for all to see once again. And on that grass, 22 men ready to give us a great game of football in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Coventry United and Lye Town live on Coventry United TV. So once again, the starting lineups for Coventry United and Lighttown, starting with the home side. Coventry United, number 1, Tom Deitch. Number 2, Brad Jones. Number 3 is Ben Valance. Number 4 is Gift Musa. 5, Chris Cox. 6, Jamal Clark. 7, Lewis Rankin. 8, Rob Prinzel. 9, the captain, Kevin Thornton. 10, Shaquille McDonald. And 11, Dominic Elaney. On the bench for Coventry United, number 12, Kyle Barnett. Number 14, Tom James. 15, Ryan Palmer. Now, there has been a change to the bench. Originally, it was supposed to be Aaron Opoku as number 16, but we can tell you that Frankie Beijnet has taken that role. So number 16 is Frankie Beijnet, and number 17 is Kyle Carey. For Lighttown this afternoon, number 1, Tom Turner. Number 2 is Dan Jones. 3, Sam Tighe. 4, Jack Perlman. 5, Lee Downs. 6, Reece Shilvok. 7, Lee Chilson. 8, the captain, Scott Jennard. Number 9, Ryan Rowe. 10, Jack Till. 11, Simon Williams. And on the bench for Lighttown, number 12, Brad Drew. 14, Brandon Haig. 15, Joe Finch. 16, Ben Roberts. Lighttown all in blue. Coventry United with red shirts and green shorts and socks. Terry Henson and the Lighttown manager both getting their orders from the referee today. Been trying to make sure that both gaffers know their roles, know not to come out of their technical area, which you have seen on multiple occasions from both sides this season. And the ref will eventually join his linesman in the centre circle. So the two captains today, as we said, Chris Cox in the side, but not the captain. I don't know why, but Kevin Thornton has got the armband. It may have been a condition of Kev returning to the club. We don't know. But Thornton is taking the armband for tonight. Scott Jennard in the centre circle with him, along with the referee and the assistants. First game of the Woods Park Arena in a good old while, it's got to be said. If it isn't rain, it's snow. But no rain and no snow today. The only thing that matters is what goes on that green stuff between the white lines. As we prepare for action here on Coventry United TV, it will be Lighttown. The kickoff from right to left, with their number 9 Ryan Rowe in the centre circle with Lee Chilton. Referee checks it, always good to go with the goalkeepers and his linesmen. Let's get this party started to the referee. It's about to start this watch and blow the whistle. Here we go, we are underway here at the Woods Park Arena. Live coverage of Coventry United versus Lighttown officially underway, as the ball's lobbed forward into the penalty area, chested into the path of new goalkeeper Tom Deitch by Chris Cox, playing at centre back today. What we expect to be a, looks like a 4-2-3-1. In fact, I believe it's going to be a 4-3-3 with Shaquille McDonald playing down the centre of the park, Elaney and Rankin either side of him, with a 3-man midfield of Kevin Thornton, Gift Musa and Rob Prinzel. In the back line on the left-hand side, it's Ben Valance. Right-hand side is Brad Jones. Early opportunity for Shaquille McDonald. It bounces away from him in the penalty area, and it's caught by Tom Turner. What a start that would have been within the first minute. United had an opportunity to open the scoring, but not quite for Shaq. Couldn't get contact on the ball. It remains 0-0. So as we were saying here on CUTV, Valance at right back, on the, left back I should say, Brad Jones at right back, and then in the centre is Jamal Clark and Chris Cox. No sign of Kyle Barney. He's on the bench today. He's not starting, which I've got to say I'm a little bit bemused about. I think Barnes had a great season, but it seems as if Cox and Clark is the preferred partnership for Terry Anderson. Lob forward towards the line midfield, nodded clear. And again by Chilton, picked up by Kevin Thornton for Coventry United. Plays a 1-2 with Ben Valance. Long ball towards the penalty area and easily chested away by Perlman. The run from Williams is stopped by Musa, but United can't retain the ball. It's passed around the midfield by the visitors. Back to the goalkeeper, Tom Turner. Bit of space to work with, bit of time, and boots it clear down the centre of the park. And in the air by Jack Till, the Lighttown top scorer. Only as far as Musa, sandwiched between two live players. Still comes out with the ball. Heavy first touch from Kevin Thornton, but he strides for a sea of blue. Bit of shirt pulling there from Scott Jennard. Referee allows play to continue. United force to the left-hand side with Gift Musa. Good pressure from line. They've come away with the ball. Blasted up the right-hand side. Till will give chase. Played back to Dyche. Not the best of kicks, but it's got the job done. It's certainly not the best of control by Ben Vance. He loses out, and an attempted lob by Ryan Rowe had Dyche scrambling towards his right-hand side. Luckily for Dyche, it was off target. Some sloppy passing from Dyche and Valance nearly cost Coventry United the opening goal. It's going to be a busy week here on Coventry United TV. Live coverage of this match on a Wednesday. Now, there are going to be no home matches played on Tuesday nights for the rest of the season. They're all being played on Wednesdays. I think there may be one or two Tuesday matches, but they will be away from home. And of course, we go back to the Victoria Ground on Saturday away at Bromsgrove Sport, and that's going to be an interesting one. As Cox nods the ball back into the vicinity of Tom Dyche. A strike by Till was going wide, but it is picked up by Jamal Clark. He didn't have the legs and it didn't have the accuracy either. But again, United nearly caught out. Lai continued to press on. Williams lobs it on. Met in the air by Jamal Clark. Jennard. Onto the cross. Now it's with left back Sam Tighe. Volleyed pass drifts over the white line. Now to play for a throw-in for Coventry United. A shaky start so far, it's got to be said. Brad Jones, fresh from scoring that incredible goal against Roster, which finished fourth, I should say. Finished last in the goal of the month, simply because Brad didn't mean it. United can't keep the ball to feet. It's now with Shilvok. Tries to find Jennard in the midfield, but it's intercepted by Dominic Aleni, the winner of the goal of the month this month. He'll get his golden boot on Saturday. McDonald stabs it across to the left-hand side with Dominic Aleni. Covered up by Jones. Down line to Thornton. Putting a cracking display, a man of the match display against Rosa in the previous game. Valance, United being forced back into their own backyard. And Thornton is being forced to race towards his own penalty just to keep the ball. It's back with Dyche, who gets to the way just in time. And again, United are being pressed into mistakes. Well, we're saying that United are currently in 11th. Lytown amazingly down in 17th. You have to say that Lie, we did a lot better than their league standing would suggest. Lie, of course, finishing 4th last year. Cleared in the penalty area by Chris Cox. It was quickly closed down by Ryan Rowe. And it's shepherded out of play by Tighe. Passed around the midfield. Shaquille McDonald trying to cut it out. Lie will keep possession. It goes past Cox, but he'll keep it away from the number 10, Jack Till, scorer of 13 goals in 34 appearances in League and Cup this year. Up line to Shaquille McDonald, but he's tackled from behind by Jack Perlman. Flicked on by Tighe. High boot claim against Brad Jones against the number 6 Reece Shilvok. Referee says no. It's put up the left-hand side by Simon Williams, but Till will not reach it, and it's found by Tom Dyche, making his second appearance for the Red and Greens today. Signed from Tamworth. Played for their under-21s. And of course, a former England under-16 goalkeeper. He was also in the Stoke City Academy until the summer. Goal kick once again onto the head of Perlman. Tighe sends Till on his way, and Jones sends the ball on its way into the blue and white seats. So it will be a throw-in. One-two played. Tighe tackled on the byline by Lewis Rankin. Long ball up. You have to try and clear through Cox. That come off the arm of Rob Prinzel. It has. It's bounced off the underside of Rob Prinzel's arm. Kevin Thornton not too happy with it. It will be a free kick. Ryan Rowe pressuring Rob Prinzel, and Prinzel have to try and keep the ball away from the number 9. Unfortunately, he couldn't do so legally. Now the free kick sent into the penalty area. And out of play. The cross from Chilton is poor. And Thornton is still complaining to the referee. He's not careful. He will be booked for dissent. Some referees are very particular about that sort of thing. And by the way, if you haven't heard a very interesting story about former Arsenal youngster Sanchez Watts. He actually got sent off for dissent for saying "what" to the referee when the referee asked his name. He was replying with "what" because what was his name. The referee thought he was being cheeky and gave him a red card for it. Hopefully we'll have no refereeing gaffes tonight, although we have seen a few midweek at the Butts Park Arena. Lighttown playing all the way back to their goalkeeper, and now encased in their own backyard. Shaquille O'Donnell nearly swipes the ball away from Ty, but can't get the job done. Ty, now Williams on the left flank, back to Ty. Can't take it past Rob Prinzel. Prinzel believes that it's come off a live man, and the decision once again goes against Rob Prinzel. It will be a throw-in to Lighttown inside their own half, taken by Sam Ty. Ty up line. Nodded on. Cox is able to get his body between Till and the ball. Clear the line as far as Lee Downs for Lighttown. Shilvok finds Dan Jones. Jones sends it into the area. Aimless pass from Jones. Well, Live probably had the better of the ball, but they're not doing anything with it. And about 7 minutes of play now at the Butts Park Arena. Score remains Coventry United 0. Lighttown 0 in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Clearance made onto the chest of Gift Musa for Coventry United. Now Brad Jones. Cox sends it up line straight to the head of Ty. Williams trying to put it up line for Till, but it's met by Brad Jones. Driven past by Jones to find McDonald, and it's barged off the ball by Jennard. Still in the midfield. Ranking out jumped by Jack Perlman, but it's now with Gift Musa. Jones punts it upfield, but no one to collect it, no one in a red shirt anyway. And Perlman will allow that to go out of play for a goal kick to Lighttown. If you're just joining us here at the Butts Park Arena, remains 0-0. Of course, don't forget to join us on Sunday for the first ever Cup semi-final in CUTV history. We've had a final, but not a semi-final. It's a bit strange, isn't it? It's Coventry United away at Blackburn Rovers at Sir Tom Finney Stadium in Irongate. That kicks off at 2 o'clock. Coverage starts at 1:45 on Sunday afternoon. That is, of course, after the trip to Bromsgrove Sporting for the first team on Saturday. So they have a throw deep into their own territory. They've got to try and get this throw away from their own penalty area. Elaney, who scored that wonder goal against Roaster, sends it forward. McDonald will give chase, but even he's not that quick. And Tom Turner will stick his laces through it and send it clear onto the head of Gift Musa, but no one there in a red shirt to pick up the pieces. Here's Sam Ty. Sends it on its way. Valance wins the header. Jamal Clark volleys it forward towards Elaney. Jones, Dan Jones should say. Both teams have got a fullback called Jones. This is going to be very confusing. Switch to play across to Sam Ty for Lai. In goes Brad Jones, and that one bounces off the seats a couple of rows below us. There will be a throw inside Lai's half. So around 10 minutes gone, remains scoreless. Ty's throw up line towards Williams. Again, Brad Jones there to pick up the pieces only as far as Ryan Rowe. Cleared by Valance this time. Elaney and Jones jumping for the ball when the centre circle is Light. Come away with it. And Downs having to dribble his way out of danger. Great passing from Lai. Nice long ball to find Simon Williams on the left hand side of the penalty area. Volleyed cross. Who's at the far post? Attempted clearance. You haven't got it away yet. Not onto the left hand side now with Sam Ty. And it will be a throw-in for Lighttown. Well, the Live players seem to think it was handball against Lewis Rankin. The referee doesn't agree. Play switch to Lee Chilton on the right hand side, being forced away from the penalty area. Good pressing here from Coventry United, but he finds Rhys Shilvok. Downs. Jones tried the 1-2. It's cut out by Valance. Now Dominic Elaney. Nice ball upfield to Shaquille Madonna. He's on his own here though. He needs some support. He's got Rankin to his right now. Down line to Kevin Thornton. lofted pass for Brad Jones. He can't find him, and it's met by Ty. Till races towards the left-hand flank, and it's a push in Till's side by Gift Musa, which sends him tumbling to the floor. Out of play, it must be said as well, and it will be a free kick to Lyon. It's got to be said, there's only been one team in this so far. Don't forget to give us a like on YouTube if you are enjoying today's coverage. Leave a comment below with your feedback. Subscribe to CUTV on YouTube for exclusive content for the Red and Greens, and of course you can get us on Twitter at Coventry United TV. So free kick will be taken by Sam Ty, the left back. Plenty of blue shirts in there, but even more red ones. Sent in towards that far post. Out comes Dutch, doesn't claim it, but it is headed away. Elaney tries to start the counter, but he's dispossessed by Rhys Shilvok. Dispossessed again is the live player. It's United on the move. Tries the through ball. He tried to get it himself, but it's been blocked off, and it will be a United corner. So corner on the left-hand side for the Red and Greens. Rare opportunity so far. Nice counter, a bit of tackling there from Lane, who can also play at fullback, so he knows how to tackle. With players on each post, and the goalkeeper Tom Turner between them. Shaquille McDonald making a mess of himself at the near post with 4 options at the far post, including the 2 centre-backs, Cox and Clark. Of course, we all know how Cox can leap like a fish out of water, technically a salmon out of water. Sent in by Jones towards the near post, and out comes Turner to make a comfortable catch. Track back and get back into position. As Turner gets ready to punt it clear, which he does to perfection. Towards the head of Rowe, met in the air by Jamal Clark. It's not done by large number 6, Rhys Shilvok, and visitors will lob it forward again. Bit of head tennis going on here. And again. And again. And again. That's 7 consecutive headers I counted there. But it is Lyon who try and play their way out of danger. Long ball down the left by Williams. It's out of reach of Jack Till. And easy pickings for Tom Dyche, making his 2nd start for the Red and Green since his move from Tamworth to replace the retired Rich Morris. Busted clear by Dyche towards Rankin. Well, the aerial battle seemed to be very lopsided in the favour of Lye Town, but Ty couldn't keep it in as the clearance is made by one of his teammates. It will be a throw to United, taken quickly by Rankin. Now Brad Jones. A blue wall separating United from the box, and Fulton's pass can't penetrate that wall. Clearance as far as Jamal Clark in the centre circle. Across to Ben Valance. United playing a 4-man defence, which is rare recently. They tend to prefer the 5-man back line. Here's Cox, who has requested to play its centre defence for the rest of the season. Here's Valance. Elaney tries to spin but loses the ball. Dragged to earth. Referee says no foul. It was good strength from the live player. Williams plays it back to Turner in goal. Closed down by Elaney. Looking for a 2nd goal in 2 games, but it is booted away by Turner. Met in the air by Valance. And McDonald lets it bounce and tries to turn. Good slide by Dan Jones to take it away for Lye. Musa brings it under control on the left-hand side of the halfway line. Driven past by Fulton, cut out by Jack Perlman. Prinzel tries to get onto the loose ball. Brad Jones will succeed where Prinzel failed. Jones through ball to Lewis Rankin. McDonald at the far post. And Rankin, as you could probably expect, a player of his confidence, tries himself, but it's not going to get the job done on this occasion. And to be fair to Rankin, it was probably his only option. There were at least 5 blue shirts in the penalty area compared to 1 United teammate for Rankin, that being Shaquille McDonald, who is probably the shortest player in the United team. United not attacking as a team at the minute, seem to be attacking as individuals. players converging towards the goalkeeper's right for this goal kick. Turner with the clearance. Musa unmarked and unchallenged. Sends the header out of play for a throw. Disappointing there for Musa. So it will be Dan Jones with the throw. Laney with the tackle. But fired away with feeling by Perlman. It may fall nicely for a live attacker, and it nearly does if it wasn't for a hasty clearance by Chris Cox. Then lies number 10, Jack Till would have been through, and both Till and Cox are still down as Cox wrapped his leg around Till to get to the ball, which he did. He got the ball, but then a clattering of knees. And it looks like, well, Till's back to his feet pretty quickly. But now, as he's trying to run it off, he's gone back to his back to ground. Cox hasn't even got up yet, so it's not looking good, unfortunately, for Coventry United. United sending a couple of options to get ready. The United bench is as follows: as Kyle Barnett, Kyle Carey, Tom James, Ryan Palmer, and the new boy Frankie Bejnet. Also, Kyle Carey's the new boy as well. So there's 5 substitutes on the bench for Coventry United. For Light, Brad Drew, Brandon Haig, Joe Finch and Ben Roberts. So you have to think, if it's Chris Cox who's down a centre-back, playing at centre-back today, you'd have to assume it would be, the logical choice would be Kyle Barnett. Although you could probably put Ben Vance at centre-back and Tom James on the left. There's a couple of options as Brad Jones is trying to sort his boots out. Oh, I can't see. Oh no, wait a minute. Kyle Barnett has come back from training. It looks like, well, it certainly looks like Jack Till's going to be able to continue. Cox is a little bit more doubtful, although he is getting back to his feet now. So it may be that Cox will be able to continue having a quick drink, trying to shake off that bone rattler. And in fact, he's feeling the leg out, and although he's not moving particularly well, it looks like he will be able to continue. Referee tells the assistant both will be staying on. Most of the time, if a player receives treatment from a member of the physio department, he would be asked to step off the field for a brief minute, but both Till and Cox allowed to remain on the pitch. This is rare, very rare. Well, we're underway once again with a throw-in. Tie-up line, over the head of Brad Jones. And Till, once again going toe-to-toe with Chris Cox. In goes Jamal Clark to snatch the ball from both of them. Clearance as far as Ty. Tackle made by Lewis Rankin. Can't find his way past Shilvok. Handball claims against the lineman. Referee says no. And it will be a throw-in just in front of the Coventry United dugout for Sam Ty and Lytown. So about 20 minutes gone here at the Butts Park Arena. Remains Coventry United 0, Lytown 0. Stabbed on by Ryan Rowe, and Jones will let that one go out and play for a throw-in right in the corner. Jones calling for some options. There's a 1-2 with Thornton. Feigns a clearance. This time the clearance does get away, but only as far as the backside of Ryan Rowe. I'll be singing in the morning. So another throw for Coventry United, deep into their own half. Jones up line. Prince seems to be being held there, but gets the kick over his head. Dan Jones can't deal with it. He's being quickly chased down by Dominic Laney. Bit of a push in the back by Laney. The referee says no foul. It's back to Tom Turner. He's got 2 United players in front of him, but gets the ball away only as far as the head of Chris Cox. Prinzel driven ball. It was intended for McDonald. Nearly found an offside of Laney. But thankfully it didn't. Driven up line for Till. These aimless long balls for line, not doing him any favours at all. Picked up by Chris Cox, who again plays it up line. I know the service isn't brilliant, but surely they should be able to keep it on the deck a little bit more. It's over the head of Clark and all the way back to Dodge. I've got to tell you, folks, last few minutes have not been pretty. You can see Tom James preparing in front of us. TJ back from a hamstring injury suffered at the Victoria ground against Worcester a couple of weeks ago. We'll be going back there on Saturday for the Bromsgrove game. Another poor long ball, and it's got to be said. Tell you what, it's just frustrating when you're watching a rugby game and each team just keeps on punting it up line. Now we get some movement on the deck with number 10, Till. Williams. Can he get the cross in? No, he can't because the referee has called for offside. Rankin. Here's Prinzel in the centre circle. Valance. He's got Elaney in front of him. Tries to return it to Prinzel. It's a poor ball. Now Schulbach will find Jones down the right-hand side. He's got Till in front of him. Checks his run. Schulbach. That's a neat pass for Chilton. Oh, and in goes Musa to stab it clear. Valance. Again, a poor long ball. These long balls really do need some work. They've been poor from both sides today. Again, a long ball from Lyon. Again, picked up by a Coventry United player. Clark to Thornton. Now Cox. Across to Brad Jones. Closed down by Williams. And Brad Jones runs over the ball and has to battle hard to keep it, but he can't do it forever. Lyon possession in United territory. Here's Sam Tighe. Williams. And a slide by Gift Musa, getting the ball taken out of play for a throw. Throw-in taken and sent straight into the back row by Musa. Has he got something against that ball? Maybe it's the seats that he doesn't like. So 25 minutes gone, remains 0-0. Well, we've got the ball back. Rowe. Flick on by Williams, only as far as Cox, who punts it away. McDonald will give chase. The defender can't deal with it. McDonald battles hard for the ball, can't take it. Interception by Rob Prinzel, back here to McDonald. Oh, sticks it through the legs of Sam Tighe, skills school. And a nice flick on by Thornton as well. We're watching Brazil. Thornton again in the centre circle. Clark at centre back. Across the left hand side where Ben Valance is waiting. Thornton again, pass charge down. And there was the potential for a through ball for Jack Till, which was cut off by Chris Cox. Thornton playing deep at the moment, back to Cox. That's a rather powerful pass back to Tom Dodge, who has to scramble over to get it. And a first time boot sends it straight out of play. Around the halfway line, but again, hasty defending from Coventry United. It's not been a complete performance, it's got to be said. In all fairness, in the first 25 minutes or so, it was pretty poor against Roster as well, so maybe now we've hit the 25-minute mark, United can kick things up. Well, it won't do it like that. The throw by Tighe over Williams' head, but off the foot of Coventry United, Brad Jones. Tighe takes the throw, and attempted 1-2 is pretty poor in the end. And Musa goes straight into the back of the number 6 for Lye. That's Schilvok, Reece Schilvok, the number 6. Around the halfway line, it will be a free kick to lie. The referee's having a quick word with Kevin Thornton. Perlman sends it up line. Simon Williams brings it down nicely. Ty. Oh, look at that. Nice. Lofted pass. Played back to Perlman. Blocked by Rob Prinzel. Perlman plays it all the way back to Turner in goal. Quickly closed down by Dominic Alaney and Rob Prinzel. Not the best of kicks either. Picked up by McDonald. Tries to lob the goalkeeper. And not bad at all. But it goes a couple of yards wide. Fair play to Shat for trying it. And I've certainly seen worse efforts from that sort of area. The goalkeeper was beat, but unfortunately so was the goal. Had a play for a light throw. Around the halfway line, it remains at 0-0. Dan Jones with the throw. Rowe stabs it on. Till. Across to Simon Williams. Till making the run. Williams, I'm not sure who he saw there, but it wasn't a live player. I must say the passing in the final third has been absolutely woeful today. Bounces well from McDonald, and the referee calls for a foul against Dominic Alaney, I believe. Alaney tries to break down the left-hand side to getting the ball back. Pressured by Dan Jones. He's got teammates down line. Here's Thornton. Spins away from the challenge, but it's collected by Rowe. Free kick United. And they sent it over there by Lewis Rankin, a quick free kick taken. And into the hands of Turner. Thornton. Poor control, and now it's with Lai again. Flicked on for, well, I think Till was the intended target, but wasn't exactly accurate. But neither was that pass from the defender. Picked up by Musa. Now back with Chris Cox. Jamal Clark to his left. Clark across to Ben Valance. Back to Clark. Seemingly with no way out of their own backyard. Across to Cox again. Jones. Cox again. You're just passing it around in the same area. And Thornton's pass blocked, but it's deflected into the pass of Lewis Rankin, trying to find Brad Jones, and a slide by Ty takes out a play for a throw-in. Well, last United to get out of their own third. Prinzel flicks on to Lewis Rankin, but taken away by a combination of Ty and Jennard. Still makes progress on the left-hand side and keeps it in, slides in from behind on Brad Jones to keep it away from the white line. Jennard switches the play to Chilton. Rowe, space on the right-hand side for Dan Jones. Can he get the cross in? It's Jones with a low cross. It goes behind most of his teammates. And now Musa gets moving. Spots the run of Dominic Alaney, but the pass is not what's required. And neither is that long ball from the number 5 as it's offside. Both sides guilty of some rather sloppy passing, containing any sort of decent attacking move so far. Now comes Turner to blast the ball away from Shaquille McDonald, net by Alaney, but he can't bring it under control. Now Jennard trying to make some ground up for Lai. Spots the run of Chilton, just kept in by Chilton, and again sends the ball into the box. No one there. Unfortunately, seems to be dropping back into what looks like a 5-man back line in a minute. Clark drives it away to Elaney. Flicked onto Chris Cox. Down the centre for Shaquille McDonald. Tries to take it past the defender. McDonald, Elaney's with him. Tackle on Elaney, but he still retains the ball. Elaney through for Rankin. Tries the first time past McDonald, who had halted his run. There's that little bit of indecision from McDonald may have cost United the first goal. And a game like this, it could well be the one goal that wins it. I don't think we're going to be seeing a flurry of balls hitting the net today, unfortunately. It just seems like that sort of game that'll end in a 0-0 or a 1-0. And of course, the trip to Lye Town last season away was the first 0-0 in CUTV history. Let's hope we don't see repeats. We've only ever had 3 0-0s in our history, so let's hope we don't get another one. Oh, nice ball by Rankin, just out of reach of McDonald, but that is more like it. Intelligent play, attacking play from Coventry United, but the pass is out of range for McDonald, and it's into the grateful grasp of Turner, the Lye Town goalkeeper. So we're heading into the final about 12 minutes of the first half. No offence, there isn't really that much to talk about. It's just been a case of poor passing from both sides. Brad Jones hooks it up line. McDonald will give chase, but no one there except for the Lye defender. Brad Jones from Coventry United will take the throw just in front of the red and green dugout. And just as Jones takes the throw, he's asked to take the throw a few yards further back. It will be Brad Jones with the throw. Will he get to take it this time? And Jones will eventually take the throw in. Now he's given a throw against Coventry United. In all fairness, the referee did warn Jones and he kept on taking yards. So it will be a throw in now to Lye. The throw reversed. Let's see if Lye can take it in the right position. It will be Sam Tighe, the left back, to send it forward. There it goes. Jones gets his head on it and sends it forward to Elaney. Elaney with a bit of contact there against Shilvok. It went into Elaney's back. Referee says no. So about 10 minutes to go. We'll be taking a short break at half time to swap over the batteries on the laptop. Use the same live stream for the second half. We will be going off there for half time. Turner with the clearance, made in the air by Jamal Clark, volleyed forward by Jennard. Here's Chris Cox in the injury zone penalty area, clears it as far as Jennard. Passed around the midfield by Lye Town. Nice turn by Shilvok to keep it away from Rob Prinzel. Sees a bit of space for Simon Williams on the left hand side. It's a rare opportunity to get the cross in for Lye. Till, can he turn? Tries to find Chilton, cut off by Brad Jones. Here's Rob Prinzel. Chips it forward. Who's there? I'm not being funny, but the passing has been atrocious. Not just from one side, from both of them. I mean, do these players not know where their teammates are or something? Oh, that's a nasty challenge from behind on Dominic Elaney, but the referee says that Shilvok got the ball. I'm not too sure about that one. Valance with a run at Dan Jones, but he brings down the fullback in the process, does Ben Valance, and it will be a free kick, I should say, to Roaster. Well, it's been a pretty bad night, to be fair. It's got to be said. And now the Lye player goes under a challenge by, I think it was Kevin Thornton. United will have the ball now. Thornton to Cox, quickly closed down by Till. Gets the ball away just in time with a slip from Rankin. Allows it to go out of play for a Lye Town throw. I tell you what, I would love to be a fly on the wall in that changing room for Coventry United at half-time, because Terry Hansen cannot be happy with this. In all honesty, it's been poor. Very poor. I'm not just from United, from Lye as well. The passing's been awful. It's been, to be fair, the play's been very negative from both sides, but United in particular. It will be a United throw halfway into their own territory. Let's see if Jones can take the throw this time without taking 5 extra yards. Jones is thrown, nodded on by Prinzel. Elaney and McDonald both going for it, but they're cut off to the ball by Lee Downs. Here's Dan Jones making the run. Lee Chilton lobs it forward, nodded on by Jack Till, but it is now with Dominic Elaney. Oh, that nasty slide from behind by Till. And Till could well be going in the book. Sitting from behind on Elaney, it was a nasty challenge, didn't get the ball. And the referees calling over the captain, Scott Jennard. A few United fans on the far side calling for the number 10 to be sent off. It's certainly a yellow card challenge. I think red might be going a little bit too far. But no card at all. No card given to Jack Till. So we are still yet to see a card at all in this match. I think maybe a final warning. And a poor free kick. And in all fairness, it's just... It's just how this game has gone, unfortunately. Cox can't win, sorry, Vance can't win the header, I should say. He does come away with the ball, as Williams can't retain. Valance strides forward, he's got Cox in front of him, he's stayed up for the free kick. But once again, the pass is not what's required. And Perlman will let the ball go out of play, shields the ball from Chris Cox, and we have approximately 7 minutes until the break. Remains scoreless, and the way it's going, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately I do think it is going to end scoreless, because there have been very limited opportunities on goal. The passing's been awful, the pace has been very, very negative. Is the pitch playing a part in it? Possibly, but I've seen teams play better football on worse surfaces than this. A bit of a battle of strength there between Cox and Till, which Cox loses. Williams, Fulton takes it away from Till. Fulton comes away with the ball. McDonald, and nice bit of skill from McDonald to juggle the ball over to Kevin Thornton. Thornton across to Ben Vance, back to Thornton, playing a deep midfield role at the moment along with Rob Prinzel. Plays a 1-2 with Vance. This is more like it from Coventry United. Neat passing for the Red and Greens. Just need to go back to basics at the minute. These long balls aren't working, so go back to the short passing. Musa takes on the blue defence on his own. Rankin barged off the ball by Jack Perlman. Referee says nothing of it. Inside Vance to stop the run of Chilton. Throwing Coventry United as well. So Vance has only got the ball, but he's put it off Chilton for a United throw. Great tackle by Valance. Here's McDonald. McDonald can't really get to work. He's being closed down far too quickly for him to do anything on the ball. Elaney across to Thornton. Thornton, now Brad Jones. Prinzel to his right, finds Rob Prinzel, covered up by Simon Williams, returns it to Jones. Does he? No, it's gone past Jones. Kevin Thornton again. Spins on the dime, just Thornton keeps it away from Till. Here's Rankin. Challenge from behind, Thornton gets it, but the heavy touch finds Ty. Play back to Turner by Williams. It's Tom Turner in goal, who fires it away from his box onto the head of Chris Cox. McDonald is onside. Low, appealing for handball. Referee says no. McDonald, brilliant run. Sucked in the end by a meaty tackle. Passed by Prinzel towards Rankin. It's cut out by Ty. And Elaney were shoving the back on Ryan Rowe. And as we have around 5 minutes of first half time to go, the game's certainly improved over the last 5 minutes, but it's still not the best of football that we've seen this season, it's got to be said. Sent down the right hand side with a free kick. Valance gives it straight to Rowe with a header. 1-2 attempt, but Rowe, the intended target for the second ball, was out of range. And it's now with Tom Deitch, who has had nothing to do today, apart from a couple of hasty clearances. The ball go out of play around 15 yards into live territory on this left hand side. Ty with the run up and the throw. Brad Jones wins the header. Trying to find Shaquille McDonald. Definite push in the back by Jack Perlman on Shaquille McDonald. Referee says no. Downs will find Dan Jones for light on the right hand side. Elaney will chase him all the way and is catching up to the fullback. Doesn't make any contact. Through ball down the right hand side for Jack Till, and it's intercepted by Jamal Clark, who hoofs it out of play into touch, and there will be a throw in to lie. So again, we'll be going off air in around 5 minutes time. You can use the same live stream for the second half. We will be going off air for around 10 minutes time. Don't forget to hit the like button on the YouTube video if you are enjoying today's coverage. Leave a comment below of your feedback. Subscribe to CUTV on YouTube for more exclusive content, and make sure to hit the little bell next to our name so you get notifications of when our videos go on air. And of course you can get us on Twitter at Coventry United TV. So that's all the cheap plugs out of the way. Let's get back to the football if we can. We're not going to be able to because we can't find the original ball. The ball they've thrown on is, well, the air pressure isn't right. We're going to get a ball or what? Let's get this thing going. We are going to get a ball. Let's see if this one's alright. Yeah, that's more like it. Right, let's try and get some football going before half time. Jones with the throw. It's a poor pass attempt by Rowe. And so is that from Scott Jenner, who sends it straight into touch. So we've got about 1 minute until half time. Jones, flicked on by Jennard. Blocked by Elaney, but Jennard will fire it up line again. And Valens sends it into touch for another throw in around 15 yards into United territory on the right hand side. Volleyed pass to Jennard. Here's Simon Williams. Down line to Ty on the left hand side, covered up by Rankin. Takes on the former Coventry City winger. Thornton with the challenge, but Williams takes it straight back off him. In goes Rob Prinzel, nice slide to win it back for United. Plays a 1-2 with Thornton, but a poor pass to Scott Jennard, who's barged off the ball by Gift Musa. And now United come away with the ball. Jennard not too happy with that one. United seem very condensed at the minute. They're not giving themselves room to breathe. And now Thornton's been hacked down. There's a bit of handbags here. The players of both sides squaring up. And the referee is going to take action. It will be the first yellow card of the game. Thornton being sent to the deck by Simon Williams, I believe that is, and it is a yellow card for the line number 11. To be honest with you, it's probably the only thing of note that's happened in the first half. Chris Cox fires it up line towards Rob Prinzel into the area. Elaney's there, can't get the shots away. But it's come back to Rob Prinzel straight over the woodwork, and that's going to be the first shot in over half an hour. I don't think either side have had a shot on target yet. Apparently we've had one shot on target, but I think I might have missed it as well. Well, me and Keith are match footer here. Keith's saying that he's got nothing to report and that I've got no highlights. To be honest with you, he's not far off. It's a couple of wayward shots in the first 15 minutes. That's about it. Possibly the yellow card. It might be the first time in CUTV history we've had to use yellow cards as highlights. McDonald. Oh, he stumbles and loses out and actually trips the live player. It will be a free kick. 1 minute of added time already gone. Long ball down the right hand side, met in the air by Valens. Now Musa, you're not trying to calm things down at the back. Thornton plays a 1-2 with Cox. Cox drives it clear towards McDonald. And met in the air by Downs, whose clearance meets Rob Prinzel in the centre circle. And again with the long passing, it's just not working for either side. Musa charges down the ball from Williams. Can't take it past the captain Jennard. Shilvok Jennard, Shulvok again. Lofted ball to the right hand side with Chilson. Takes on Ben Valance, Tills in the penalty area. Could be the last chance of the first half. Rowe tries the back heel. And the heavy touch from Chilton takes it into the path of Chris Cox, who sends it into touch on the right hand side of the penalty area. Decent move by Lai, but the referee says that Lai will not get the chance to take the throw and brings what has been a, I'm going to say it, boring first half to an end. I'm sorry, it's the only word I can use to describe it. There's been very little action of note. It remains 0-0, same way as we started. And as I said earlier, the visit to Lai last season was our first 0-0 in CUTV history. I've got a horrible feeling we're going to see another one today, because quite honestly, there's nothing on that pitch that tells me we're going to see any sort of action in front of those goals in the second half. There has to be some major changes in approach from both sides in the second half, and of course they've got to stop playing those awful long balls. They're not accurate, they're not finding their intended targets. Play it on the deck for the love of the crowd and the love of the commentator as well. Give us some football in the second half, lads. Half-time score remains at 0-0. We're going off air for 10 minutes, and I'm going to go and get my pillow. And we're back on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook after a, let's say, uneventful first half. It's Coventry United 0, Lye Town 0 in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. The teams are back on the field now. We'll take you through the starting lineups for both sides before we get the second half underway. From what we understand, there will not be any changes after the break. Looks like all the starters are on the pitch. Still waiting the arrival of the referee and the assistants. They'll be with us very shortly. So those starting lineups once again, ladies and gentlemen. Starting with Coventry United. So for United today, number 1, Tom Deitch. 2, Brad Jones. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Gift Musa. 5, Chris Cox. 6, Jamal Clark. 7, Lewis Rankin. 8, Rob Prinzel. 9, Kevin Thornton, the captain. Number 10, Shaquille McDonald. And 11, Dominic Elaney. On the bench for United, 12, Kyle Barnett. 14, Tom James. 15, Ryan Palmer. 16 is Frankie Beijnet. And 17, Kyle Carey. For Lye Town today, number 1, Tom Turner. 2, Dan Jones. 3, Sam Tighe. 4, Jack Pearlman. 5, Lee Downs. 6, Reece Shilvock. 7, Lee Chilton. 8, Scott Jennard. 9, Ryan Rowe. 10, Jack Till. And 11, Simon Williams. On the bench for Lye, number 12, Brad Drew. 14, Brandon Haig. 15, Joe Finch. 16, Ben Roberts. The officials are back on the pitch, as are the squads. It appears there are no changes to be made for either side. Let's hope that we get a change in football, because as we said, guys, the first 45 minutes, in all honesty, it was the worst football that I've seen all season. It was, well, according to Keith Green, our match reporter slash statistician, United had 1 shot on goal. Well, I have to jog my memory, because I can't remember a shot on goal. But there will be no changes. We can see all 22 players counted and ready to go. It will be United with the kickoff going from right to left. The good thing is, if they blaze a shot over the crossbar again, they won't have to go into the car park, because they'll just have to go behind the hospitality stand behind the goal. Well, we're underway for the second half. Let's hope the second half is one to remember. They do say there can be a game of 2 halves. I haven't seen too many of them this season, must be said. Simon Williams sends it up the left-hand side over the head of Jack Till, and that is eeringly reminds me of the first half. The long balls, the inaccurate long balls. In all fairness, the state of the pitch, although it's relatively dry, it's playable. A lot of the turf has been torn up, so the earth is showing a lot more than the grass at the moment. So passing along the line isn't easy, as United have got themselves a free kick around 20 yards into Lye territory, with a bit of pushing and pulling on Rob Prinzel. I believe that was the number 4, Jack Pearlman, who's been penalised. So the free kick will be taken by Ben Valance. All outfield players inside Lye's half, attacking or defending this set piece. Sent in, and a stumble from Rob Prinzel. Sees the ball fly behind his head and goes out of play for the goal kick. Well, the opening 2 minutes has been more of the same, it's got to be said. Well, Keith's making his way back to his podium. Keith, you've missed absolutely nothing. We're ever optimistic here. I mean, we've seen some fantastic second half displays from Coventry United this season. Let's hope for another one. Let's Lye on the attack, but Till dispossessed from behind by Brad Jones. He's got to try and get this one out of play now, and he does. He sends it out of play towards its right for a throw in level with the penalty area on Lye Town's left. Here's Williams. Crossing opportunity for Tighe. And Tighe hits that one too hard and can't reach it. He's out of play for a goal kick to be taken by Tom Deitch. Well, the one thing that has changed in the second half is the temperature. It's starting to feel a little bit colder, it's got to be said. As Deitch repositions the ball. And blasts it away from his goal. It's met in the air by Williams of Lytown, nodded on. It's a race against time for Tom Deitch to come out and claim the ball. With Till racing towards him. He managed to get there first and cling onto it. Deitch blasts it clear again, can only find a light player. Hooked clear by Jamal Clark and the pressure from Chilton. Let's lie again with Shilvok, Jennard. Now Perlman tries the through ball down the left hand side, cut out by Brad Jones. Hopeful long pass for Shaquille McDonald. He's given offside, but the referee plays advantage. It's with the goalkeeper, Tom Turner for Lytown. Remains scoreless. Booted onto the head of Chris Cox in the United back line. Chilton lobs the loose ball forward. Till and Clark both go for it, neither get to it. Up rather than out by Chris Cox for the clearance. Brought down the word by Musa. Kept in by Valence. It spins off Musa's boot. Valence. Nice pass to McDonald. Barged over. Referee says no foul. A bit of a clumsy challenge. Cleared up line as far as Jamal Clark. And McDonald still trying to get back onto his feet. Seems to have taken a blow to his back. Musa. Onto the right now with Brad Jones on the halfway line. United seemingly with nowhere to go. Seem to have every avenue of approach covered. Jones finds Rankin in some space, but it's drifted over the white line before Rankin can get to it. Played back to the keeper. It's a poor clearance. It's Rob Prinzel, and it's a poor pass. He hits it in hope, and it flies into the air. Brought down the word by Lytown, and now they push on in search of that elusive first goal. Crossing opportunity from the left-hand side. Williams takes on Brad Jones. Crosses in. Caught well at the near post by Tom Deitch. That's probably the most he's had to do all day. Neither goalkeeper really tested in the opening 50 minutes or so of this match. So we've had 5 minutes of the second half. It remains Coventry United 0, Lytown 0 in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Here's Jack Till. Deep into United territory on the left-hand side. Down now to Simon Williams. Shilvok to Ty. Had to get the ball away quickly as Prinzel closed him down. United seemed to be sitting back, and a minute looking quite negative. Valence. Cross to Gift Musa in centre circle to a good interception. Prinzel. He's asking for some movement. He's not getting it. Tries the ball to Shaquille McDonald. You can just see the look of resignation on his face. No one seems to be creating any sort of space. Well, Till runs onto the long ball attempt. He's got the ball. It's Till. Puts it out of play off Chris Cox, and it's going to be a Coventry, a Lytown throw. Looks like there's going to be a change. Seems to be a fair bit of shouting from both sides, it must be said. A lot of it, in fact, coming from the Lytown number 6, Rhys Shilvok, who's less than happy with his team's performance. And there may well be a change here, as we can see Kyle Barnett getting ready. It may well be one of the midfielders coming off. We could see Chris Cox moving into the midfield, and in fact, it may well be for an injured Brad Jones. We didn't think the injury was that serious, so he has been down for about a minute. We believed it was just a knock. It looks like something worse. He's been struggling with ankle and knee issues this season. And Jones, at this time, doesn't look able to complete this match. So we can see Kyle Barnett getting ready. And it is confirmed Brad Jones is coming off. And Jones helped to his feet. walks off the pitch, but he is going to be replaced. So the change confirmed for Coventry United. Brad Jones is making his way off the pitch. And it will indeed be Kyle Barnett coming on. I expect it will be a like-for-like change, with Barnett playing on the right of the back line. Now, there are a few other matches going on in the world of football, including in Europe, the Champions League in full swing. Liverpool making their way to the Champions League quarter-finals last night with it was a 5-1 aggregate win over Porto. Well, Tottenham are in action tonight, as are Manchester City. Last time we heard it was 1-0 to Spurs, and it remains 1-0 to Spurs. So Tottenham 1, Juventus 0 is the current score. Hun Sung-min, with his third goal in about 5 days, has made it 3-2 to Spurs on aggregate. And even if Juventus end up losing 2-1 on the night, it would still go to Spurs on away goals, as Barnett makes his way onto the pitch after a slow walk to the touchline by Brad Jones. And also the latest score from the Etihad Stadium: Manchester City 1, Basel 1. City lead by 5-1 on aggregate. Musa tries to force Rowe away from the box. He does so beautifully, takes the ball too, but tries to switch the play, and it's cut out by Chilton, the number 7. Down line to Dan Jones. Pushing the back by Jamal Clark on Till. Slides in on Till. Referee says no foul, and it's the United balls that goes out of play on this near side. So we've had approximately 55 minutes. There will be some added time due to the injury to Brad Jones. The minute it remains at Coventry United 0, Lye Town 0. Trying to get the ball away, which they've done so successfully now. Ben Valance all the way back to Tom Deitch. Here's Barnett. Barnett sends it up line. Over to have McDonald. I just can't seem to get this ball cleared. Well, they have now. It's a ferocious hit. Till, and in goes Jamal Clark. He got the ball, but he went through the player to get it. Well, the United players incensed, as are the Coventry United coaches. It seemed to me that Clark got the ball, but he did get some of the man, to be fair. The question is, what did he get first? The man on the ball? To me, it looked like he got the ball first and then clattered into the Lye Town attacker, but the referee obviously with a different view, and in fact, he's going to book Clark. Well, the referee is going to book Jamal Clark, despite the fact that he got the ball. There is going to be a change for Coventry United. And coming on is number 15. That's, I believe that's Ryan Palmer from the under-21s. It is indeed. Ryan Palmer will be coming on for Coventry United. Add a bit of attacking flair to the red and green lineup, which they've been lacking recently. Today, at least. Down, sends the ball into the penalty area from the free kick, nodded on. And it's offside against Ryan Rowe. The ball didn't reach him anyway. It went behind him and into the hands of Tom Deitch. Deitch sends United on their way. Downs couldn't bring it to earth. Eleni, should say, can. Eleni, now Kevin Thornton. Rankin threads it through for Dominic Eleni, blocked up by 2 Lye Town defenders, and it's into the hands of Tom Turner. And it's safe to say that's probably the best attacking move we've seen from Coventry United for a good while. Ben Vance with the ball right in United territory, right in the corner, and has to find Chris Cox after the long kick for the Lye Town goalkeeper, put it straight into danger. Here's Kyle Barnett coming on for the injured Brad Jones. There will be another change coming up shortly. It's now with the United goalkeeper Tom Deitch. Cox sends it forward. Elaney wins the header. McDonald can't get to the second ball. Chilton in the centre circle, lobs it forward in hope, and again, no one there. At the minute, it just doesn't seem like either sets of players are actually taking a look to see if anyone's there before letting that ball leave their boot. Well, Rankin was there to receive that long ball down the wing from Carbine, but it drifts over the white line out of play for a throw-in to Lyde Town, around 25 yards into their own half. It's more like 20 yards now, and there will be a change for Coventry United. Ryan Palmer will come on, and coming off is Dominic Elaney. Well, I've got to say, that's surprising. Elaney has looked like one of the more promising players in today's game. If I was Sarah Anson, I would have maybe taken off one of the centre mids and had Ryan Palmer play behind the front three. But it is Elaney coming off. Doesn't seem too bad with his performance, it must be said. It is Ryan Palmer on. It looks like Palmer will take Elaney's place on the left of that front three. McDonald in front of him in the centre, and on the right hand side would be Lewis Rankin. Classic, this has not been. We have seen sparks of life in the second half, but in all honesty, it's been a pretty poor game. Barnett hooks it out of play under pressure from Till, and a throw into Lyde Town. And there will be a change for Lyde Town now. Coming on, I can tell you, is Brandon Haig. I want to make the substitution. And the referee, he was just about to start play, but has now decided, in fact, to allow the substitution to be made. So Brandon Haig will come on. Trying to see the number. I think that might be Shilvok coming off. Can't see the number on his back just yet. And it is indeed, it's number 9, and that is Ryan Rowe. So Ryan Rowe replaced by Brendan Haig for Lyde Town. So 2 changes for United, 1 for Lyde. With approximately half an hour still to play. Tie. Threads it through for Williams on the left-hand side. Cross cannons off the head of Kyle Barnett, in the back of Barnett's head, and it will be a corner to Lyde. And there will be a flood of red shirts in the penalty area waiting this set piece. Just 3 live players in the box at the minute. Both sides cautious of conceding a counter-attacking goal. It's a short one. It's a neat pass in the penalty area. Williams across the face of goal. It's blocked up by Clark, who sends it out for another corner. Scott Jenner trying to open up the United defence like a can of beans. Williams, Jenner, and again trying the through ball. You have to get it away, but Till shoved to the ground by Ryan Palmer, and the referee says no. It looked pretty forceful from where I'm standing. And the short range pass from Jack Perlman to Dan Jones on the right flank goes out of play. As United make their way up the left-hand side, it's out of play on the halfway line for a throw-in just in front of Terry Anson's dugout. Just the 1 change left for United. And it will be either Kyle Carey, Tom James, or Frankie Bejnet to come on. Thrown to Musa. McDonald tries to spin, but spins straight to the path of a Lyde defender. Williams sees the run of Lyde, the left back. Here's Sam Tighe. Shilvok drives it towards the right hand side, where it's not weighted enough. That's Ben Valance. Thornton. Now give Musa to the right hand side with Kyle Barnett. United need to get moving. Ben had a shot on goal in this whole game. United may get one here. Barnett with a crossing opportunity. In for Shaquille McDonald, and it's taken away by Lee Downs. As McDonald spun and is back to goal in order to collect the ball. And that's Lie on the move, swing and a miss by Clark, but in goes Chris Cox and nod it back to Deitch. Roll out by Deitch. Here's Chris Cox. Not sure who was aiming for there. I think it may have been Musa, but Musa pretty much jumped out of the way and it wasn't powerful enough to find Rankin. A trip by Kyle Barnett on Sam Tighe. The left back goes down. Referee says no foul. Cox with the ball, trying to find Palmer. Cut out by Dan Jones. And again, the poor passing is to the detriment of this game, unfortunately. The game is just not coming alive simply due to the poor passing. But out comes Tom Deitch, and a risky clearance comes out to stop Till from making his way into the penalty area. He had to get that one right, otherwise it could have been a red card for a high boot, and or possibly it could have even been a goal. Well, there's some pretty unsavoury words coming from the Lion captain Scott Jennard, trying to motivate his troops. Well, I see that he's clearly not read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. The United haven't read the book on how to score goals tonight. Forwards and battles with Till for the ball and comes out on top despite Till trying to keep the ball between his legs. Across to Barnett now, Cox on the edge of his own penalty area. No one to aim at, has to play a short one through a forward, which has brought United into the danger of Jack Till closing them down. They get a bit of space now as they make their way into Lie territory. This is more like it from United. Here's McDonald, heavy first touch, but lays it off to Thornton. Rankin. Thornton. Down to the right hand side with Barnett, sends it towards the penalty area. Up jumps Rob Prinzel. Prinzel nods it on, no one there, and cleared by Downs. Chilton strides away. Lovely slow by Ben Valance. Sets up Rankin with a long range shot, and at last we have a shot on goal. But Tom Turner dives down low and gathers it. At last we have some action in front of goal to tell you about, but United will not be celebrating a first goal just yet, and if chances are as rare as that, I don't think anyone will. Barnett, driven low, pass finds Rankin on the halfway line, back to Barnett. Thornton, who seems to be playing what looks like a five-man back line. Jamal Clark. Here's Ben Valance with a few shining lights in a pretty dark match. McDonald gets it from Thornton and runs straight into Lie's number 4, Jack Perlman. Now it's Williams striding towards the United back line. Williams, what a run! Taken out by Chris Cox, who seen a body check the Lie midfielder. Williams wants a free kick, he won't get one, and now Cox channeling his inner Usain Bolt to stride away, but Rankin loses the ball, and here come Lie again. Hopeful ball down the left to find Jack Till, but it's past Till, past Barnett, and Barnett ensures that one goes out of play, and it will be a goal kick to the red and greens. So approximately, we have about 25 minutes to go. It remains at Coventry United 0, Lie Town 0. This game really yet to get going. Ever from about 20 yards from Lewis Rankin is about all we've had to talk about in the second half. If we're going to see any goals, now is the time. Passed around the midfield by United. Here's Kyle Barnett. Ball retention hasn't been great from either side, nor is the passing. It's come off a live player on the far side for a United throw. Barnett with a throw. Here's a 1-2 with Thornton. Back to Thornton. Challenge from behind by Till. Tries to snatch the ball from Thornton. We have to get out of bed really early in the morning to catch out Thornton. Cox across to Jamal Clark. Bit of room, bit of time to work with. Trying to find balance, but again, the long-range passing has been poor. It's not as if the wind's been affecting the game either. There's been no wind at all. Chilton lobs it forward for Till. Clark commits the foul. Referee says play on. It could be to an advantage for Lye Town. It would have been if Williams' shooting boots had arrived today. High over the bar. A promising move for Lye Town comes to an end with nothing to show for it. And the referee's advantage was close to giving Lye the advantage on the score sheet. Remains at 0-0 for now. Well, there's a little break in play. Let's tell you about what's happening in the Champions League. And there's been 2 goals at Wembley, and the tie has been turned on its head. Tottenham 1, Juventus 2. 2 goals in 3 minutes, one by Gonzalo Higuain, and then 3 minutes later, Paulo Dybala has made it 2-1. So at the minute, Juventus are going through. If Spurs are able to make it 2-2, it'll go to extra time and penalties. But at the moment, it's not looking good for Spurs. And the Etihad, it remains Man City 1, Basel 1, but City are pretty much through anyway. They're 5-1 up on aggregate. So at the moment, Spurs are heading out. It's a neat pass to Fire Williams on the left flank. Simon Williams, options in the area. Williams, cross towards Chilton. Nice towards goal by Chilton. And Deitch is there to make the catch and bring the ball safely back to his hands. Last couple of minutes, it has been Lye putting pressure on United's back line. And you have to say, at the minute, Lye's seen the more likely of the 2 sides to open the scoring. Williams again. Runs into Musa in the centre circle, which United come away with it. Fordson, as Williams gets back to his feet. Bit of a push there by Perlman. Musa in the centre circle, and a slide from behind by Till. Didn't make contact. United lose the ball. It's flipped onto Thornton's hand. Referee says play on. So there was no foul. To be fair, I don't know what Thornton could have done about it. Thornton looks for space for McDonald, but McDonald, his space was cut off by Ty. Shulvak blasts it clear onto the head of another defender, a United defender this time, Chris Cox, who can only find a Lye midfielder. Here's Haig, the substitute. Brandon Haig will try one from long range, and that one bounces off the blue fencing behind the goal. Well, after not seeing a shot from Lye for a good half an hour, we've seen 3 in about 2 minutes. Deitch's kick made in the centre circle by Shulvak. Clark with back to the striker, and that was not the best of clearances by Deitch, who almost sent it straight onto the boot of Till. Passed around on the right hand side by Lye. Jennett. In goes Barnett to take it away from Simon Williams. Here's Lewis Rankin, the one man you want to get the ball on for a counter. Lobs it forward to Shaquille McDonald. McDonald's never going to get that. And it's fired away from danger by Perlman and sends Till on his way. And in goes Cox to make the slide and curtail that counter. "15 minutes to go. We'll be naming our CUTV player of the match in 5 minutes' time. Who's made an impact on this game? No one that I can think of. So it will be Sam Tighe with the throw. Williams back to Tighe. And a poor return ball. It's a throw in virtually the same position for Coventry United, I believe. I think that's the new boy. It's one of the new players, whether it's Beijnet, I should say, or Carey, I'm not sure. It's one of them. He'll be coming on shortly, but not just yet. Send into the area. Here's Simon Williams, brings it to whoever runs over the ball, and that's crucial for United. If Williams had got that ball to his feet and kept it at his feet, it would have been a sublime chance for Lai to grab what is surely going to be the only and winning goal if we manage to see one before the final whistle, which is pretty doubtful at the minute. But that was a huge chance wasted for Williams. Ty. Space for the cross from the left-hand side. Not the best of crosses, goes towards the edge of the penalty area. Cox loses out. Haig drives it towards the net. Not an awful long way away from the goal. It dribbles wide of the far post. The last 4 shots have come from Lai. Although they've only had one of them on target, they are starting to show what they can do, albeit pretty late on. Deitch with the short goal kick to find Kyle Barnett. And again with the long balls who find absolutely no one. It's just so frustrating as a commentator to see this sort of game where literally just nothing, nothing's gone on. We've had a couple of shots, that's about it. I mean, we've only had, what, I think it's like 3-0-0 in CUTV history. And this looks like the 4th. Well, we are in for a substitution. It looks like Lewis Rankin's going to be coming off. The number 7 is on the substitutes board. And we are going to see the debut of Kyle Carey, signed from Coventry Alvis, literally just today. Signed just before kickoff, and he will make his Coventry United debut very shortly. Musa switches to play to Rob Prinzel. He's got no one around him. It's a hopeful long ball. It's a nice long ball to Ryan Palmer. Can he cut in from the left-hand side? Palmer lays it off. McDonald, can he get the shot away? McDonald on the edge of the area. Fortin brought down. Referee does not give the penalty. Fortin was tripped as he made his way into the box. And now it's Lai on the move with Chilton. This game's come alive, albeit pretty late on. Jack Till. Now it's Williams, threads it through, and it's offside. It's a brilliant save anyway by Deitch. You got both hands to it. The shot from Chilton straight at the keeper. And the referee is going to allow the substitution to take place now. And it is indeed a debut for Kyle Carey. And he'll replace Lewis Rankin in what we expect to be a straight swap on the right side of that attacking free. So Rankin's day is over. And on comes Carey for his Coventry United debut. If ever there was a time to make an impact, it's now. Nice, so with 2 changes to make. United all done now. They've thrown their last roll of the dice. And the goal kick nodded out of play by Ty. It's now time to name our CUTV player of the match. It's a difficult one, but we're going to give it to the really the one player that in the second half has had any sort of attacking intent from either side, and today we're going to give it to Coventry, to Lai Towns, I should say. Lai Towns, number 11, Simon Williams. In all fairness, there hasn't really been much choice. It's been, I've got to say, it's been one of the worst matches I've covered all season. And I've covered a minimum of 60 matches. Penalty area from the right hand side and caught on the line by Tom Turner. To be honest, that's probably going in the highlights. Cleared by Turner. It bounces awkwardly. Chilton tries to bring it under control. Jack Till for the opening goal, and that is surely the winner for Lighttown's top scorer. It falls kindly in the area for Jack Till, and he sticks it through Dyche's legs to give Lighttown the 3 points late on. Unmarked in the area, a player of Till's calibre is always going to bury that chance. Well, the good news is we're not going to see another 0-0. The bad news is United are behind at home against Lighttown. It's Coventry United 0, Lighttown 1. In fairness to Tom Dyche, there was not an awful lot that he could do. He went to the ground, trying to make himself look big, suck his legs out to try and make the block, but it went through him. He couldn't get down in time. And you can't pin that down to Tom Dyche. It's simply a matter of A, not closing Till down, and B, allowing the ball to get to him in the first place. Here's Carey on the right-hand side of the penalty area now for Coventry United. Can United get straight back onto level terms? Musa into the box. Turner lets that one bounce out of play for a Coventry United corner. Chances have been few and far between in the last 10 minutes or so. This match has become more of what we expect from a Midland Football League Premier Division match. Corner sent in, nodded across the face of goal with a line defender, and volleyed clear by Brandon Haig. Will go all the way out of play for a throw in on the far side. United's right wing, about 10 yards inside Live territory. So if you're just joining us, well, until about 2 minutes ago, you haven't really missed much, but now Lighttown are in front. It's Coventry United 0, Lighttown 1, thanks to the opening goal from Jack Till from close range. McDonald, a bit of pressure from behind, takes the ball away. Long ball from the back, Till on the run. Angles too tight to have a shot, whips it in towards the penalty area. Chilton beaten to the wall by Gift Musa, but the second will be picked up by Jones. That's Dan Jones. Brad Jones has been taken off. Oh, that is a dreadful pass. But luckily for Coventry United, Till is offside. But the ball is basically hit straight into the ground, and if that flag hadn't have been raised, then it would have been 2-0. What has happened to Coventry United? Williams is cross-courted to the near post by Dyche and rolls it out quickly for Rob Prinzel to make his way up line. Tries the through ball for McDonald. It's through for McDonald. The keeper comes out, and he had to get to that one first. Sends it into the seats of the Butts Park Arena. And finally, a great bit of vision and a brilliant low through ball. Send United on their way. Palmer, pass blocked, can't get to the seconds. Now Simon Williams just sticks his aces through it and hopes for the best. He's cleared his lines for now. We've got about 5 minutes left, if that. It remains 1-0 to lie. Bennett asking for options. Finds Kyle Carey making his red and green's debut. Musa, that's a nasty slide from behind, but amazingly, the referee said no. Shilcock clearly didn't get the ball. Has taken Musa out from behind. That could have been dangerous, and the referee's not even given a foul for it. Lyle will continue in the centre of the park, lofted towards the right-hand side now for Chilton. Collision there between Prinzel and Chilton. It's Prinzel who's taken a knock, but the referee is going to bring out the book. I don't know what Prinzel could have done about that. It was simply a collision of two players. What could Rob Prinzel have done about that? And the referee is going to issue the yellow card. Well, I don't think the referee's got that one right at all. The yellow card for Rob Prinzel. So it will be a free kick. About 10 yards inside United territory. To be taken by Lee Chilton. Tries it himself, and it had to be a good catch from Deitch to keep it out. So yeah, to be honest, he's to keep that one out. I don't think he was expecting it. Carey tries the through ball from McDonald. It's cut out, but a poor pass from the line midfielder allows Prinzel back onto the ball, and again the passing is poor and it's cut out. Long ball forward for Till, and that's surely going to be a high boot against Till. Nearly kicked Vance in the face there. Header won by Cox, just kept in by Palmer, and I mean just. And Palmer's past the defender. It's Ryan Palmer gets the shot away, but I don't think he got the clearance of contacts on it. Seemed to come off towards his heel. And it rolls into Turner's hands. A clean contact on that ball, and I've got no doubt that Palmer would have sent it either side of Turner into the net. And Palmer will think he should have done better with that one. Chest control by Vance on the goal kick. Sent it up line. Jones can't deal with it. It's Chris Cox playing his favoured midfield role now. Cross charge down by his opposite number 5, Lee Downs. It will be a corner for the Red and Greens. They won't get many more chances. They've got to make this one work. And in fact, Carey's going to come across the take. I'm going to say the one player you want in the penalty area for a corner is Chris Cox. That guy can leave about 15 feet in the air from a standing start. Carey's corner. Met the near post by the Lytown defender. Clearance made. And now it's Lie on the counter. They've got United outnumbered. They can get to it, but they can't. Give Musa able to beat Williams to the punch. The long ball from Musa goes straight back to a blue shirt. That's offside surely against Tiller as he's strode past Valance way too early. So we'll be entering added time very shortly. There will be a large chunk of it due to the injury to Brad Jones earlier on in this match. Thornton drives it forward for Chris Cox. Overlap being made by Kyle Carey. He won't reach it. And Lie taking no chances whatsoever as Perlman sends it into touch. And by the way, there's been a goal at the Etihad Stadium. It's at Manchester City 1, Basel 2. But again, City are pretty much through. They're 5-2 on aggregate in front. Throw into the box. Nodded on by Cox, nodded out by Cox, and goal kick is the result of that. No further changes for Lie, it would seem. No one getting ready. Looks like the substitutes are just sitting back and enjoying what looks to be a victory for the travelling side. They had to give them a fair way on a Wednesday night. The next time we're on air here on Coventry United TV is this coming Saturday from 2:45 PM live at the Victoria Ground. And that's Bromsgrove Sporting versus Coventry United in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Clark brings the ball to feet, deep into his own half. Clark strides forward, looks for options. He won't find one, it's cut out. But Lie can't do anything with the ball. It's only a little bit of space now on the right-hand side for Jamal Clark. Receives it back from Rob Prinzel. Clark spins away from the challenge. Back to Prinzel. Here's Musa. Carey with a nice ball to find McDonald. And it bounces around the penalty area off several boots, and eventually it's cleared. And Till with a clear dive to the ground. Went down holding his head and straight back up. Deplorable action there from Till. Carey to Thornton. Finds Cox in the edge of the area. Spins, tries to get the shot away. Is quickly caught by Jennard, the captain for Lie. Sends it upfield. Valance will give chase and he should get there first. Valance plays it back to Deitch between the six for Coventry United. Wouldn't surprise me if Deitch goes on a mad run himself here. Plays it through for Valance instead. As we are now into added time, United have got to make this work. Valance. Oh, it's a neat ball from McDonald in the area. But Perlman wins the header and clears. Till's offside, he can't touch it. Which allows Thornton back onto the ball. Now Deitch. Forward to Gift Musa. Forward to McDonald. McDonald taken out. Once again, the referee says no foul. Side from behind on the former Derby striker. Jamal Clark asking for some options and has to play it sideways. That's seems to be all United can do at the minute, is pass sideways successfully, because the forward balls really aren't doing that much at all. Deitch. Musa. Finds Rob Prinzel. He's got Palmer in front of him on the left wing. Tries a long ball into the box. McDonald gets a chest on it. McDonald, can he turn and shoot? McDonald! An inch wide! Well, Coventry United saved their best effort of the game for added time. Too little, too late, you would assume. As Tom Turner has the ball in hand. Referee checks the watch. There can't be long left now. Turner takes his time with the goal kick, but eventually gets it away. Prinzel jumps for it. Prinzel wins the header. There's Cox to bring it down. Kyle Carey can't find a teammate with that volleyed pass. Valance sends it up line for Chris Cox. Bit of space on the right for McDonald. McDonald is through for the equaliser! Coventry United seal a point up the death! Hit with feeling by Shaquille McDonald. He stuck his laces through it and it flew past Turner straight into the back of the net. Coventry United won, Light Town won. We've had to wait for the goals, but they've been well worth the wait. Dramatic to the last, it's what Coventry United are all about. So Shaquille McDonald with that equalising goal. Can United even go for the 3 points now? Now Lai look to get their lead back. Jennard sends it into the box. Headed clearance by Jamal Clark, and now United, can they get on the counter and steal all 3 points? Lob towards Cox. But he's blocked up by his opposite number 5. Referee says no foul. As Downs goes to the ground. Slide by Jones. And he blasted out of play. Throw in Coventry United. They don't want to push too many men forward. They don't want to lose this point that they've worked so hard to get back. It will be Rob Prinzel with a long throw into the box. Towards Cox. Nodded out of danger by Jones. Musa tries to bring it back, but in goes Simon Williams and threads it through for Jack Till, the scorer of the first goal here on CUTV. Till holds his run. I think Lai may be happy with that point. Plays it down line to tie. And a rather wasted pass by Till. Play continues. Fortin. Carey. Is McDonald. I couldn't sort his feet out, but the clearance is poor. Carey to Musa. And a cynical challenge by Rhys Shilvok. This could well be the last chance of the game for Coventry United. Thornton sends it in. McDonald unmarked. Can he get the shot away? McDonald! He got the shot away. It wasn't particularly powerful. And cleared by Williams as far as Kevin Thornton. Lofted past to Cox. Still Cox juggling the ball. Sends it into the box. No one there. No one attacking it. But the clearance is only as far as Gift Musa. He's got Carey to his right. Musa. Now Thornton. Chris Cox for the winner. Charge down. Musa. Now Thornton again. And United can't get onto that loose ball. It's cleared. Job finished by Jennard. Where's all this come from? 80 minutes of terrible football, 10 minutes of brilliant action. Chilton. Ball down the right-hand side. Till takes a tumble. There was a definite push by Valance. Referee says no foul. United very lucky to get away with that one. Now it's with Deitch being closed down by Till and fires it away. carry the intended target. It doesn't reach him, but it will find Musa. Chilton wins the header. And now one-on-one with the keeper for the winner. Oh, and it's fired over the goal by Haig. And you'll be able to see on the highlights just how distraught Brandon Haig is. That was his moment. That was the golden opportunity for Lytown to snatch all 3 points. And somehow he's put it closer to Rose Ed in the car park than he has in the goal. I honestly can't believe he's missed it. It's even harder to miss than to score. Can United use that to their advantage? The minute they're not. It remains at 1-1. Here's Thornton. Sends it through. 1-on-1. McDonald for the win! Oh, can you believe it? Where has this come from? Never, ever count out Coventry United. Well, that has put a beaming smile on a certain commentator's face. A double from Shaq turns this game on its head. And against all odds, the Red and Greens will be keeping the 3 points. Or will they? I wouldn't put anything against this match. It's never over until it's over, and the Red and Greens proving that. Quite the celebration to cap off quite the goal. And now Lytown are going to pick themselves up, regroup, rearm, and try and get themselves an equaliser. And it's not going to be easy. Oh, I don't know what they're trying to do with that one. Launches it straight towards the net from the kickoff. But anyone who left early, well, they're going to regret it because the game is over and Coventry United somehow, some way, with the last attack of the game, have snatched all 3 points. One of the most dramatic endings to a Coventry United match I've ever seen, and that is saying something. If the first 80 minutes of football was boring and, well, to a certain extent, it was unwatchable, the money the fans paid to get into the Butts Park Arena tonight, they'll be glad they paid it after they saw the final 10 minutes. Jack Taylor putting Lytown in front, but then a double from Shaquille McDonald gives the Red and Greens a highly unlikely 3 points. What a time to be a Red and Greens fan. The final score at the Butts Park Arena, Coventry United 2, Lytown 1. Well, hands up, who expected that on 80 minutes? Because I certainly didn't. Well, that's game over, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I say I'm afraid. If you asked me where I wanted that game over and done with in the 79th or 80th minute, I would have said yes. But the final 10 minutes made it damn worth tuning into CUTV. That's why you never stop listening and you never go from a game early. That is why. Coventry United with the victory. Thank you for joining us. The highlights of this match will be available tomorrow morning on Coventry United TV's YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Coventry United TV. Make sure to hit the notification button and the subscribe button to get updates of when our fixtures are next on air. Join us from the Victoria Ground on Saturday from 2:45 p.m. for another explosive edition of Coventry United TV as Bromsgrove Sporting take on Coventry United. Until then, I've been Liam Cook and I'm off for a lie down. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Saturday.